their win over the Lakers in 5 was more impressive than
100%.
Golden State. Now, I was impressed with Golden State because Houston, man, they just a tough team that you don't really want to play. So I was impressed by Golden State, but I do think the way they dismantled the Lakers was more impressive. So, yeah, I do think they should be favored.
And it is very impressive, the 10-year stretch without ever being a series dog. Why now? One of the reasons now, this is one of the only series they've played where they haven't had home court. Like, 15 home court, 16, 17 home court every series. 18 didn't have home court against the Rockets, but still it was the Steph KD Warriors against a team they always beat. They're the favorites there anyway. The years they wouldn't have had home court, they missed the playoffs entirely. You know what I mean? So, like, that's part of it. The other reason, though, Minnesota deserves to be favored is Minnesota's better. They're healthier. They're deeper. They're younger. And in my opinion, we just saw a Minnesota play a team that has legends but is undersized, and they dismantled them. We just saw the Warriors play a team that is long and athletic and plays really good defense.
Makes sense.
It went to 7, except Minnesota has the added bonus that Houston didn't, which is guys who can shoot. And and a guy who you can give the ball to go score.
They shouldn't have those droughts that Houston has.
And listen, they will maybe occasionally, but Houston, it was every game but the game Jalen Green played great. You were going to go massive stretch where it's like Houston, they're going to show you the little graphics. Like Houston has 1 field goal in the last 6 minutes, 42 seconds. Like, God dog it.
Okay. Guys. Okay. Just because you felt that the Lakers were the most dangerous team and the greatest team in the history of the universe, and now the Minnesota Timberwolves beat them, doesn't mean that it's more impressive that the Golden State Warriors were able to come away with those wins, beat the Houston Rockets. The Rockets are a better team, okay? They're a better team, as well as Jimmy Butler was injured. Jimmy Butler missed time. He essentially missed multiple games, okay? That matters. That matters. And they went up against a younger team, a younger, more physical, faster team. Whereas what made the Lakers special is a LeBron James who can't go the distance anymore. That's why he disappears in the fourth quarter. He can't go a long series, 6-7 games. That's not who the Rockets are. So they can grind out some wins and push it to 6-7 wins. Or, 6-7 games. Now, I'm not predicting that the Warriors are going to win this series. Like, I think it's fair that Minnesota deserves to be the series favorites. They are the 6th seed. They're at home, etc., etc. They're playing great. They beat the Lakers. Like, I think that's all totally fair. But, like, we're going to now downplay what the Warriors did against the Rockets. I mean, you gave them no chance. You gave them no chance. And now that the Warriors beat them, it's like, well, like, stop. That's absurd. And they did so with clearly a banged up team. Now, you can make the argument, again, that the Warriors are now going to continue to be banged up into this series. That's fine. But start the sentence from there. Say, you know what, this team's banged up. Steph's thumb, Jimmy Butler, etc. And so it's just going to be harder. It was a hard physical, series against the Rockets, and the Minnesota Timberwolves are playing great. All that. Like, that's fair assessment. But don't do so where it's like, well, they went to 7 games with the Rockets, and the Timberwolves like dismantled the Lakers. I mean, Nick Wright himself said that those games should have gone differently. That it wasn't a dismantling. That the Lakers easily could have been up 3-1 or 2-2. Like, that game, that could have gone 7. LeBron doesn't have a silly foul on Ant. Boom, you win that game. Or he doesn't turn the ball over. Boom, you win that game. So, like, if Austin Reeves doesn't go cold, they win that game. We can do that type of stuff all day. The Warriors could have cleared that game out in that series in 5-2. If it wasn't like, bizarre officiating, especially the one game where there was like 9 fouls in the first quarter to the Warriors 1. in terms of called against them. Like, just they're in the bonus in a blink of the eye. Just insanity. So we can always play that game. But to try to now downplay what the Warriors did, like, that's absurd. That really is. The 2 seed, the Rockets, the team that everyone said was going to be devastating. That's what the word they used. Devastating for them to have to play the Rockets round 1. Devastating. And the Warriors won. They went up 3-1. And then they were smart, managed the game, managed the series, and then won. Very convincingly, I may add. Like, what? This is basketball. Series sometimes go 6-7 games. Okay? It's how it unfolds. The Timberwolves, again, a great team. I'm so excited to watch this series. So excited. But the Lakers were not as special as people wanted to believe. Okay? They just weren't. We saw Luka on full display, and we saw LeBron's age. We saw Luka's inability to truly play winning basketball when it matters most. Him arguing with refs, laying on the ground, not getting back on defense, being targeted defensively nonstop. And we saw that Austin Reeves is like, yeah, he's a pretty good player, but you need a really great player to win in the playoffs. He's not it. And you saw that. So let's be real here. There's always excuses, man. Always excuses. But, yeah. Like I said, I have no problem with the Timberwolves being favorites. But I just love, this will be my last point, I just love how we're always moving the goalpost. Said that the Warriors weren't even going to get out of round 1. They're not even going to win. No chance against the Rockets. And now that they beat the Rockets, it's, yeah, but they don't have a chance against the Timberwolves. It's like, well, that was not the conversation that we had right now. It's like looking at the Eagles or something, and it's like, oh, they're not going to beat the Commanders. Then they beat the Commanders, and it's like, yeah, but they have no chance to win the Super Bowl. It's like, well, you said they had no chance to even, get to the NFC Championship game, let alone win the NFC Championship game. And now your immediate rebuttal is, yeah, well, they can't win the Super Bowl. Like, that's not a real argument. That's not a real discussion at all. At all. So that's where I feel like we're kind of jumping to. But it's going to be a fun series. Like I said, I'm excited to see how it unfolds. I do believe that in theory, the Timberwolves should have the upper hand because of their health, because of their youth, because they are pretty experienced relative to their youth. And I do question how healthy Jimmy Butler is right now. Hopefully Jimmy Butler has been able to truly get healthier game after game after game, day after day after day. Because I do think you're going to truly need legit playoff Jimmy. But then, you're going to need that momentum to still continue with Buddy Hield, Pods, etc. And so that's why I think it can be a legitimate series. But the game 1, at least, upper hand should be the Timberwolves. They're well rested. The Warriors haven't even been home now in days, right? They've been on the road. Like, the upper hand should be for the Timberwolves. But as we saw the way how the playoffs have gone, over yesterday, a lot of these road teams are beating the teams that are well rested. So I'm fascinated to see how it unfolds. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Golden State Warriors? Being underdogs against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.